Bella, also known as Bele, was the fifth child of Yechiel and Yenta. She was born in 1900 and passed away in 1989 at the age of 89. Her husband was Tobias Komisarczyk, also from Belarus. He was born in 1892 and passed away in 1946 at the age of 54. Together they had 5 children: Harriet, Ebba, Ruth, Leah, and Henry.
I think my mother was very sweet when she was young, a little bit flirty. And she liked to sing. She started to help Nachman in the shops in the old street where all the seamen used to come in. And the brothers were staying with a stitch in the back for saying that, don't flirt with them, don't flirt with them. Because my mother was exotic, you know, children, and had a glint in her eye. So when they came in and said, oh, wow, with that girl and so, and start to talk with her, but she was not allowed. She was not allowed. They were so strict. And she was maybe only 14, 15, 16 years old.
One of the greatest things for her when she, at her 8 years birthday, got an orange, which was very large, very great thing at that time. And I always was thinking, I wonder what she experienced when she was younger. She never threw away anything concerning food.
It followed her all her life, how careful she was about food. She was always afraid there was never food enough in the house. When she was 24 years old, her brothers were also always there, correcting her, looking after her. And they said, you are 24 and you are not married yet? And time went on. My father, who came to Denmark, had something to do in Sweden. And when he was there, he was introduced to the Garellick brothers. Maybe in business, I don't know why. But there they said, we will introduce you to our sister. And that's what they did. And my father found my mother exotic and charming. And my father, he was the white Jew, you know, that came. So I think my father fell in love with my mother. And my mother think he was a nice man. And it made a match. And they married when she was, I think she was 25. When we came to Gothenburg, my father had to leave everything back. And now he had to look for a job. Nachman set up a tailor department so he could give the Danish refugees, give them some work if they knew how to do. And they put my father as leader for that group. So my father had a job. And my father, who so many years has had his own decision, it was hard for him to take orders from Nachman, to be his boss, because he was his own boss.
We were very close. She was a big part of my childhood, and she was a widow very young, so she came to us a lot.
Yeah, she was a very kind person, and she loved children, and she always played with us when we came and visited from Gothenburg to Copenhagen. And me and my sister loved to go to Copenhagen and to Denmark and to meet the cousins and my grandmother.
I was very close to my grandmother.
She was a very down-to-earth person. She had empathy. She was a warm person, not intellectual in any way.
When I was a little boy, she was always in the kitchen. She was always asking me if you were hungry, and she stuffed the food into your mouth.
She would always make so much food. And sometimes when we came here, we wondered who on earth was she making all this food to? Because we were a certain number at the table. And there was always, like a leftover.
I recall her like singing songs to herself, and she would describe things, and she would be almost theatrical, like.
Tell some story. I think she had a lot of fantasy. She could tell me that in the roof there was living a man. There was no man. And I remember I was so scared to go to this roof because she said, there's somebody upstairs.
My grandmother could laugh, and when the siblings got together of the generation of my mom, they would sit and laugh, and we still have that in the family. We can laugh, or we almost fall off the chair.
She had this Garellick sense of humor. She really did. She was also a person without any filter. I mean, she would say to people whatever she felt or meant, and sometimes it was so awful, that you were sitting and saying to yourself, no, it can't be true. You don't say that.
She could say, your hair looks ugly. And okay, she was very directly.
A very caring but also sarcastic woman. She could say the most horrible things without any filter. Really.
Just in the middle of a sentence, she could say, "Now you're going home." And I was thinking, what did I do wrong? That was just her way to say, the visit is finished.
For instance, Jette said anything bad about her. So what? You shouldn't talk about her like this, because she's actually a nice woman. Yeah, that was my mother. But it is embarrassing. I found it was embarrassing because I think, you can't say that. So what?
Mame, mag ich gehen spazieren? Ja, mein liebe Tochter. Mame, mag ich...
But she was very honest. I always knew where I had her. She didn't play fake in a way.
Everyone in the family called her Mama, like she was the mother of everyone in a way. Grandchildren, everyone.
It was in the 30s, and people were unemployed, and they were so poor. There were many people that were poor, and they came on the door and they asked for sandwich or food or anything. My mother would never let them go without any food.
She taught me in a way to be humble and be thankful, and she had wisdom. Like one very wise thing, those who give a lot, get a lot. And those who give little, get little. And that's very wise, because in many ways, that's part of the essence of life. So she had the wisdom without having been educated. She was a great lady.
I really loved her very, very much. And I still could miss her sometimes.
And he gave us a wonderful childhood. I am so grateful in life that I have had a very, very good childhood. My parents were good people. My mother was very honest, good person. We were 5 children at home. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughter. I must say, for that, I will always remember, always remember.